We were pretty excited to be driving to Death Valley, not just because of the warm weather, but because it's a land of the extremes. It's like the hottest, driest, and lowest place in North America. That's a lot of extremes for one place. All right, so now at this point here, we're down at Badwater Basin. This is actually the lowest point in Death Valley, and in fact the lowest point in North America. It's 282 feet below sea level, and again, Death Valley as a whole is the lowest, hottest, and driest location in North America. Hey, we're here at the Devil's Golf Course, which is basically a giant salt flat. The difference is, unlike other salt flats, this particular area is very eroded with both wind and water, creating an extremely jagged and rough surface. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Walking around on the salt is pretty unique and interesting. And what's more interesting than the surface is the fact that it extends down over 1,000 feet below our feet.
Hey Elena and Jordana, we're here in Death Valley. As you can see, it's aptly named. Your question was, why is it called Death Valley? That is an awesome question. Mostly it's because the water that you can find here is salty. There's a lot of minerals in the water. Another reason is early horse thieves. You'd appreciate this, Elena. The horse thieves would run their stolen herds kind of around the outskirts of the valley, and their bleached bones of the horses that didn't quite make the trip gave it the term Death Valley. And another reason, one of the 49ers, the early prospectors, got lost out here. The Bennett Arcan party, I believe, were lost out here, and the rescuers, Rogers and Manley, heard one of the prospectors say as they were leaving the valley, "Goodbye, Death Valley." Hey Payson, you asked why do the rocks slide across the floor in Death Valley? That's a good question. I don't have a great answer for you. The information that we've been able to gather so far says NASA scientists are on it and university researchers are on it, but nobody's actually seen them move. So there you go. There's a project for you. Come and camp out in Death Valley and stare at the rocks until they move. Maybe they're shy. Maybe you have to be their friends first. What they think happens is that in the winter when the rains come, the clay gets slippery, right? Because it's wet. And then it's just cold enough that it forms a bit of an ice crust around the rocks, and then the rocks can kind of slide ever so slowly down the clay. But nobody knows for sure, so you're welcome to come and find out the truth for yourself.
All right, that wraps up our stay here in Death Valley. We're on the road again, so we'll catch up with you at our next stop. See you there.